ministries here at the church. Before I do, I want to read a section from Psalm 118. I thank you that you have answered me and have become my salvation. The stone that the builders rejected has become the chief cornerstone. This is the Lord's doing. It is marvelous in our eyes. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. You're probably familiar with that last verse. It's part of a chorus that has been popular in the church for decades now. We sing that chorus right before we open the doors for Fall Festival. A lot of activity and energy is expended developing the ministries of the Fall Festival. And that last night before is particularly a busy time. But the next morning, before we open up to let folks in to buy the goods, we gather in a circle and we sing that song. It is a reference on the part of the psalmist to time in his life whenever there was perhaps some hardship or difficulty. God has reversed those circumstances in his life, and his heart's full, and he's sharing praise to God. I think it's a word for us as well. In the midst of the pandemic, we're experiencing some strain and some hardship, some change in regards to routine, but I think this psalm reminds us that we have everything that we need to live full and abundant lives, and indeed overflowing, so that it might influence other people's lives in meaningful ways. The update that I want to share has three headings. One has to do with administrative functions. The second is the caring and connectional ministries of the church. And the third is worship. Just a brief word about administration. Most of our committees continue to work virtually over the internet. They get together regularly. We have a subcommittee of the church council that meets every week to help with some details of the church that we may need some decisions on. But church council is functioning, as well as our missions group. The staff continues to meet regularly, and we are now holding office hours 2 days a week in the mornings on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I feel pretty good about where we are administratively. Good communication, and of course a lot of phone calls that are being made to one another and emails that take place. And that indeed is one of the functions of the caring and connectional ministries that are active in our church. Our staff is calling people to find out about how they're doing in their families, as well as our lay folks doing that for each other. Stephen Ministry is also active in that regard. So we are expressing our prayer concerns and our needs to the church, and those are being publicized, of course. One of the important ways that we have historically reached out has been through the prayer quilt ministry. Those of you who were in worship virtually with us this past week will be able to share with others that has been reinstituted in the life of the church now, and we're able to share that ministry of care and concern with those who have specific needs with our community and with the larger community of which we are a part. So I think that we're doing a good job in that regard, and hope that you'll continue to express your prayer concerns and your needs with others. And then finally, the worship services that are online continue to improve. We continue to try to find ways to make those to be as authentic and as a quality experience as possible, and hope that you will share with others the fact that we are online, that you'll like us on Facebook, on YouTube, and that you'll let your friends and neighbors know about our presence virtually, and continue to be a part of worship on Sunday mornings. Finally, a word about the financial support of our church and the prayerful support of our ministries. Thank you so much for the cards and letters that we continue to receive, and the ways that you continue to support through your tithes and offerings our congregation through our text to give, our in-fellowship giving, as well as mailing in your gifts to the church. We continue to need that support, and hope that you'll continue to lift us up as we continue to lift you up in prayers today and in the days that lie ahead.